Today's scam is an interesting one because it contains not only a promise that there will be no advance fees, but a warning about paying advance fees to scammers. What's the twist here? How is the scammer going to play this if there's no advance fee? Let's go scambaiting and find out. So the email comes from the Reverend Father Tony Elamelu Johnson Shedrack, who, despite his title, and despite his email looking a bit like a fire and brimstone sermon in shouty caps, supposedly works for the United Bank for Africa. Let's take a look at what he has to say. Dear esteemed customer, I am Reverend Father Tony Johnson Shedrack, Director, Cash Processing Unit, United Bank for Africa, the only bank appointed by the OAU members led by President Patrice Talon. Because of the fraud going on in West Africa countries where some innocent beneficiaries were asked to pay in advance before receive the money owed to them, the above Africa Union held meeting in Benin Republic and resolved to pay all beneficiaries in cash through means of diplomatic courier service. We receive your file from International Monetary Fund as one of the beneficiaries. Take note, 10,000 United States dollars have been mapped out for all expenses in sending the money to you through genuine diplomatic courier service, and how it was spent will be details to you. Therefore, I want you to bear it in mind that your total fund will be no more 15,500,000 United States dollars, but 15,490,000 United States dollars. If any body tells you that he is paying you in bank draft or telegraphic money transfer, both Western Union or MoneyGram, do not listen to him or her, because due to this fraud, no international bank honours our remittance instructions anymore. That is why we settled to pay in cash through courier. We also received a security report that you paid the fraudsters who have been deceiving you, telling you that they are going to send the money to you. Dear, as a senior banker controlling this cash payment now, I advise you not to waste your money by paying anybody in advance again. And if you just follow my instruction, you will receive your money in 3 days' time. Your fund will now package in a box and take to the diplomatic courier service for immediate shipment. I will also send the picture of the box by attachment to you to see how the money is packed. I will send you more mails to give you more information with my international passport for you to know the genuine of this transaction. Therefore, do forward your home address and direct phone number to me for a quick delivery because time is not in our side. All the documents will be sent to you if I am assured that you have stopped sending money to those fraudsters. But God will surely judge all of them who lives by cheating. My Bible says, what does it profit a man if you gain the whole world but lose your soul, which is nothing. I am waiting to hear from you with the required information of yours. So, as I often do, I said, OK. Reverend Tony replied, Thank you for your email. We wish to inform you that we have received instruction from AU members led by President Idris Deby Itno to pay you the sum of 15.5 million through diplomatic hand delivery. Due to global economic crisis, we have deducted the sum from your 15.5 million to use for the expense. Therefore, the total fund you will receive in a consignment box is 15,490,000 instead of 15.5 million. We have finalised arrangements to have this delivery done with UN Courier Company. Be informed that AU have warned us to make sure that you stop further communication with other fake offices who say that they will pay you through Western Union, MoneyGram, ATM card, bank draft, cheque or wire transfer, because all of them will demand for fees. AU members lay the instruction down to avoid any mistakes, so I want you to assure and promise us that you will never communicate with those fake offices before we can proceed further with the progress of this delivery. To this end, we request that you reconfirm below information to ensure accurate delivery. And they ask for all of my personal identity and contact information. You know, the kind of information you should never share with a stranger on the internet. The scammer went on to say, this required information will form the basis of delivery schedule. Once we receive the information, your fund will be shipped immediately. Note that because of the imposters, we hereby issued you our code of conduct, which is this. So you have to indicate this code when contacting us by using it as your subject. So I'd just like to take a brief moment to appreciate how deliciously ironic it is that the scammer here describes a code of conduct as a short string of alphanumeric digits. He finishes with, Be well and God bless, as we expect your urgent response to this mail. Kind regards, Reverend Father Tony Johnson Shedrack. So I decided to play along, but at my own painfully slow and plodding pace. So I stalled by asking, My passport's expired and I've not renewed it. Can I still use this for ID? Reverend Tony confirmed this was okay, so I should have been able to proceed with the personal information, right? Well, wrong. I said, thank you, and I asked, what happens next? Reverend Tony repeated the request for personal information of the kind Manuel should never share with a stranger on the internet, but Manuel shared anyway, and wrote back with a fictional address, Cherrybone Cottage, in a real street and town. Also an excuse as to why telephone conversations would not be possible, and a copy of his passport which had indeed expired. I faked this passport a few years ago for Manuel, and I really don't want to go to the trouble of making a new one. The Reverend Tony wrote back with what was undoubtedly a template email, but it had some interesting parts, including the attachments, which we'll look at in just a moment. You are welcome to our services, United Bank Africa Benin Republic Chapter. As you rightfully directed, we are very confident to give you our best of services and satisfaction, as we have done same for our 5 customers in Europe, 4 customers from America, 6 customers from Germany and Belgium since our existence in 1961. So, I'm dealing with a bank that has a total of 15 customers. Impressive! The email went on to say, our office is in receipt of your mail information. Today, our office has programmed your delivery arrangement with UN Diplomatic Service, agent name Greg Williams. Your inheritance consignment has been arranged and has been boarded this afternoon to your country with UN Diplomatic Agent Greg Williams. According to the courier director, their diplomat agent will first land to their branch office in Washington, D.C. tomorrow and take off from there to your country in UK. Upon arrival, the diplomat will call you. He has your telephone number. Well, that is interesting because I never gave one. Furthermore, you are required to be at home tomorrow so as to aid the diplomat with the signing of your inheritance consignment before release will be done to you. Finally, you are asked to call our office once you receive the diplomat. I know you will not forget my good work for you when you finally receive your inheritance consignment in your country. You are asked to send anything you wish given me for my help in getting your inheritance consignment to you. So the scammer's even asking for a slice of the non-existent pie. Important note, I registered your consignment with UN Diplomatic Service as family treasury gift item for security reason. On no circumstances should you disclose the contents to the agent or the courier. I will look forward to hearing from you as soon as you hear from the diplomat of the UN Diplomatic Service. Now, UN Diplomatic Service looks a bit like Undiplomatic Service. I can't imagine anybody getting confused over that, though. There was a breakdown of how the fees and costs had all been prepaid out of the $10,000 amount held back from the fund, together with a list of branches or agents, or something that nobody had asked for. And not only had Tony changed the spelling of his surname, but he was also now a member of the customer interaction team. And let's just have a quick look at those attachments. There was a picture of the box, which was oddly cropped. There was Tony Johnson Shedrack's passport. There was a photograph of some money being unwrapped at Christmas. And there was a video of the money being counted. I don't remember that scene in The Matrix. Manuel breezed right over all of this and wrote, I will be at home for most of the day tomorrow, but I have to go out about 9:30 a.m. for a brief appointment with the chiropopsodist. I should be back by 10:30 a.m. if I hurry. Is that okay? I don't want to reschedule my appointment as I have a rather painful bunion. The Rev replied, yeah, it's okay, cause the diplomat will be arriving by afternoon. But Manuel, a resident of East Wittering, had not finished wittering, and replied, should I prepare anything for the undiplomatic man when he arrives? For example, a meal or something, or perhaps just refreshments? Reverend Tony said, yes, very thoughtful of you, prepare something for him, okay, thanks and God bless you. So at this point, everything seems lined up. I'd given my fake address and identity to the scammers, and they have promised to deliver my lovely box of money tomorrow. What will actually happen tomorrow? Can you guess? Well, when tomorrow came, nothing actually happened. No contact from the scammers, and although I wasn't standing in that street in East Wittering, I feel very sure the scammers didn't actually go there. Toward the end of that day, I wrote, I've been waiting indoors all afternoon, and it's now past 7 p.m. Is the undiplomatic man still coming here today? Of course, I hadn't been waiting anywhere. In fact, I'd been out for a lovely picnic in the forest. No response, so later I wrote again, it's nearly midnight and the undiplomat hasn't called. Please advise. Now, it's not completely true what Manuel said right here, because in between Manuel's 2 emails, Greg, the undiplomatic man, had in fact tried to email. His email was in my spam folder. I left it there without even opening it for now. Reverend Tony said, please check your email. Maybe he has sent you an email, cause have supposed to have arrived by now. I ignored that and went to bed. The next morning I replied, I checked my emails and there doesn't seem to be anything from the undiplomat. Would it have been his own email address, or would he have asked someone else to send it? My reason for asking is that I do have a message from the US Department of Justice that looks like it may be related. I also have an email from somebody called Jill Biden, but the amount is different. I will forward both of these emails to you for your reference. Meanwhile, what should I do about the undiplomatic? Will he be arriving today? Then I forwarded the other 2 emails to him. Of course, they were nothing to do with the current scam, but I thought it might be fun to pretend I was confused and maybe make the scammers think I was going to pay someone else. Here are the 2 emails. I'm Mrs. Jill Biden, the First Lady of the United States, and the content of the below message is signed and approved by Bank of America. Moreover, in respect of fact, the sum of $50 million United States dollars was instructed to transfer on your favor through ATM card, and I wish to let you know that every necessary things has been accessed by IMF on the economic recovery program done by United States government for victim who lost funds during former President Barack Obama and President Donald J. Trump regime and con African artists, and you have nothing to be worried about. Of course, the email went on to ask for my contact information, the kind of information you should never share with a stranger on the internet. And we advise you to prohibit any other transaction you are having with an unknown source to avoid regret thereafter. And we urge you to comply fast with the managerial demands so that you can have your legit ATM card with immediate effect as instructed from White House, Washington, D.C. Send the above-mentioned details direct to my private email and send me text message with this phone number. Thanks, and always be blessed. Mrs. Jill Biden, text only. The second email said, Attention beneficiary, following series of investigations of some blocked foreign and local claims, we came across your file and found out you have not yet received your compensation payment of $5,500,000 United States dollars. Therefore, Foreign Claims Settlement Commission of the United States in its foreign settlement agreements has found your compensation claim reasonable enough to be released, which has led us to contact you through this medium as one of the beneficiaries that is due for these claim. The Department of the Treasury's role is to ensure that the claimants receive the proper payment amount as authorized in the public law of the Foreign Claims Program. Your payment has been authorized and your total funds will be delivered to you in cash through diplomat means. Your documents has been verified and all your clearance certificate is still valid. Therefore, your funds will be delivered to your home address in cash in a consignment trunk once we have received confirmation from you that you are still alive. Also, you will need to pay only $550 as the shipping cost of this delivery. Then I decided to find the Undiplomatic Man's email in my spam filter. I said, I've just noticed an email from Undiplomat Greg Williams that he sent to my junk mail folder. I don't know why he sent it there. He should have sent it to my inbox instead. I'll read it now. Undiplomat Greg Williams had this to say. Your urgent response is needed, Manuel Gennaro Tourneur. I'm Mr. Greg Williams. I'm a diplomat from Undiplomatic Courier Service here in Benin Republic, Cotonou. There is a diplomatic baggage with this airway bill number and this shipment number, respectively containing family treasure/gift items, I accompany with my diplomatic immunity to be delivered to you. I write to let you know that I have arrived safely in our headquarter here in Washington, D.C. I'm currently in our offshore headquarters here in Washington, D.C. for immediate delivery of your package to your provided home address. It is also my pleasure to inform you that our inspection manager have verified and find out that all necessary backup documents needed to permit this delivery to your doorstep is completely secured and attached with your consignment box by the sender, Rev. Tony Johnson, JP, then. The inspection manager told me to confirm from you if the key to the consignment box has been sent to you separately from the desk of Rev. Tony Johnson under DHL as scheduled, and that is why I'm emailing you right now. I have explained to the inspection manager that the key is not with you, and the rule of this undiplomatic service, it stands that you must have the key before my arrival, because you must open the box and inspect it and sign the necessary release order before I will release the consignment box to you. And so then, after asking me if I have the key, he immediately assumed the negative, continuing, Please quickly contact the sender, Rev. Tony Johnson Shedrack, JP, of UBA Agency, through his email or phone, so that he will send the keys to you today. Please call him and make sure you have the key today so that I will finish the delivery to you and return back for another delivery, okay? Because there is no time on our side now. This is to let you know that I cannot proceed with this delivery of your box till I confirm you have the keys at hand. Because the standard of our operation stands that you must have the keys to inspect the box and sign our attestation booklet to show that you receive your consignment with its content complete and also in good condition. So quickly contact the sender and let us know when you are with the keys as to effect the delivery immediately. Thank you for your patronage, and it is our duty to take good care of your box till the final destination. Email me back as soon as you have the key, and please make sure that you keep your phone on, because I will call you upon my arrival at your home. Regards, Diplomatic Greg Williams, Undiplomatic Agent. Now, I could have just phoned him to sort all of this out. He did, after all, give me his phone number. But instead, I replied saying, Reverend Tony's not mentioned anything about a key. Why would he have not done that? Also, please would you be kind enough to send future emails to my inbox instead of to my junk mail folder. It's lucky I even saw this one. Finally, when do you expect to be coming here? I waited at home for you all day yesterday, but I need to pop out for a few things and I don't want to miss you when you arrive. Then I wrote to Reverend Tony asking, This is the email from Undiplomatic's Greg Wilson. There's something about a key for the box which you were supposed to send me. What is going on? And in what should be a surprise to nobody at this point, Reverend Tony said, or rather shouted, I got your forwarded email asking the key to be sent before completion of the delivery. I could have sent the key separate to you, but after going through the proper clearance and documentation process, the $10,000 we took from your fund were not enough, and I did not feel free to give Mr. Greg Williams, the diplomat agent, the key together with your consignment box, because I was thinking that he might open the luggage and find out that it contains money, which he may divert the package for his personal interest. I was hoping to send the key separate to you through DHL from the total $10,000 which was deducted from your total fund, but after taking care of the tax fee, delivery fee and insurance fee, etc., there is no extra money to take care of sending the key via DHL separate to you. Even I paid the sum of $650 for the stamp duty fee from my own pocket, and now I don't have extra money with me. I have just called the director of DHL Courier Company. He said that to send the key expressly to your home address will cost the sum of $500, and the problem is that I don't have extra money to send the key because of the $650 I assisted to get the stamp duty was the only money in my saves, which I was hoping that as soon as you receive your package that you will send it back with anything you wish giving me. Please, since the diplomat agent with our luggage is already in their head office in Washington, D.C., please kindly send this $500 that I will rush to DHL and send the key and documents immediately to enable him complete the delivery to you ASAP. Please send the $500 through Western Union, MoneyGram, PayPal, or better still, you can send through Bitcoin or gift cards. So there's the simple answer to the question about how the scammer was able to promise that there would be no advance fee.
I can't believe he lied like that.
We'll take a look at what happened next after a short break to answer one of your frequently asked questions. Today's question is, can you help me recover money from a scammer? This question is one I get a lot via email. People who have been scammed or know someone who has been scammed contact me to ask if I can intervene in some way to recover the lost money, or in some cases visit retribution on the scammer. And I'm afraid the simple answer is no, I can't do that. Mainly because I simply don't possess whatever skills are necessary to counter-hack scammers, and in most cases, short of the kind of suits and shades organisations with government-level funding, scammers really can't be traced. They cover their tracks pretty well, using disposable accounts and asking for payments via methods that are difficult to reverse. In short, if you cannot get any help from your own bank, or the people running the payment method you use to send the money, most likely nobody else can help. Most importantly, a lot of the people who claim they can help are just more scammers. As you'll see in a few of my recent videos talking to supposed hackers, they will claim they can do anything you ask. In the most recent case, a scammer actually promised to wipe the memory of a living human. They will promise that only because they're trying to extract a fee. Glowing testimonials for hacking services you may see in the comments here on YouTube, including and especially the comments under this video, and elsewhere on the internet, are all fake, without exception. Do not deal with them. So how should a person recover from being scammed? Well, recovery here kinda has to be thought of in the same sense as recovery from a serious illness. You scrape through it alive. Whatever you still have now, that's what you have. Whatever you lost is gone. You can't unwind the past, only try to create the future. Now, I do appreciate this isn't the answer most people want to hear when they have been scammed, and that's part of the reason I maybe sometimes seem so strenuous in trying to persuade people not to believe the scams. In most cases, there simply is no undo function that works after a scam victim has handed over money. Talk to your bank and follow their advice. Anyway, back to the scambaiting. The scammer had lied about there being no advance fee in this scam and was now asking me to send $500 in Bitcoin or gift cards for shipment of the all-important key to the box of money supposedly on its way to me. I asked, is it a very large or heavy key? $500 for shipping sounds like a lot for a key. Please can you send a photo of the key so I can understand its size? Reverend Tony confirmed it's a very heavy key, with paperwork, 7 documents. I don't have a photo of it. Please try and send the money as soon as possible, okay. I argued, $500 just seems a big amount for shipment of a key. Is that Canadian dollars or something? Then I said, let's forget the key for a moment and get the box delivered so I don't have to wait here at home any longer. Once the box is here, I'll figure out how to open it. I have a collection of tools in my garage that my friend Merton asked me to store for him. A lot of these tools seem quite ideal, indeed purpose-made for opening locked things, and I don't think he'd mind if I used the tools. He said he had to go away for a while anyway. That ought to resolve it, right? I immediately emailed Undiplomatic Agent Man Greg to say, I have resolved the matter of the key with Reverend Tony. Please proceed with the arrangements for delivery as soon as possible. I will arrange refreshments for you when you arrive, as I imagine the journey will be quite tiring. Do you have any special dietary requirements? Do you like cucumbers? Reverend Tony replied, Sir, the diplomat cannot deliver until you have it in your possession. It's their rules and regulations. You need to have the keys and the paperwork at hand to show that you are the rightful beneficiary before the diplomatic agent will be allowed to complete the delivery to home address in Canada, okay? I just hand-waved that away, saying I don't think that will be a problem. Please email the paperwork and I'll get it printed out at this end. Regarding the box itself, one of my neighbours is a qualified locksmith. He lives right across the road in Porkstone Villa. I can ask him to stand by here and he'll be able to open the box immediately when it arrives. I've instructed Gary Wilson to proceed. Reverend Tony did think it was a problem. Try to understand the process of the undiplomatic agent. He needs to follow protocol and their procedures. We have stopped sending paperwork via electronic mail due to scammers on internet. You will try and send gift card, $100, $100, $100, $100, $100, $100, so that I can send you the keys and the paperwork ASAP. I just said, I've already instructed the undiplomatic man to proceed. I think we'll better sort it all out when he arrives. Then I asked the undiplomatic man to confirm the date and time of his expected arrival, but neither of the characters replied, so I wrote, Undiplomatic Agent Greg has not replied to any of my emails. I fear there may be a problem. Do you have any other way to contact him? Perhaps you could ask him to drop me an email, as I need to know if he's coming here today. This worked better than I expected, because within seconds the undiplomatic man Greg replied to my email to Reverend Tony, confirming, in case there was ever any doubt, that these two characters are both the same scammer, not an actual team. Greg said, Please sir, I'm sorry for my late response, as I have not been with the internet for some hours now. Here we go again. Please, you have to try and get the keys and the paperwork in your possession before I can be allowed to continue your delivery, okay? It's our rules and regulations to show that you are the rightful beneficiary of this package. Important notice, please, you have to hurry up because I have other delivery to make. Please, the earlier the better, okay? I have explained this to Rev Tony Johnson Shedrack. You can ask him about all this, okay? Of course, there's no reason for undiplomatic man Greg to even know that I don't have the key, except that he is one and the same scammer. So I carried on as if Greg was really a separate person, saying, Please make arrangements for delivery of the package as soon as you can. The matter of the key and paperwork is already resolved. Nothing much happened, so I chased Tony, asking, Please can you tell me what's going on now? I need to know if I should stay home today. Gary emailed me with an excuse about the internet, but will not reply to anything specific in my emails. I need to know what to do today. Unsurprisingly, the Reverend Tony just said, Sir, try and get the money sent, because they won't allow him to complete the delivery to you until you have the keys and paperwork in your possession, okay? I suggested, please would you just arrange shipment of the key and paperwork. When I receive the box and open it, I will be in a sound financial position to make good any expenses you've incurred. Many thanks in advance for your cooperation. The scammer replied, Sir, it's obvious you are not paying close attention, because I have told you that I have no money left. I helped you with $650 from personal pocket. That was the only money I have here with me. There is no means to get any money till end of month when I receive my salary, okay? Please, you have to try your possible best to get the $500, and you will forever be glad you did. And the earlier the better, and I hope you did not let the diplomat know the real content of the box. Please, on no circumstances should you disclose to the diplomat that the consignment box contains cash for security reasons. I decided to dial things up a bit and replied, I don't understand how it is that you, the director in charge of the cash processing unit for the World Bank of Africa, are now saying to me that you have no money. Please ship the key now, or I will tell Gary Wilson that you're impeding official business. This caused the Reverend to lose it a bit, and he replied, So because I am the director in charge of cash processing unit, you think I have access to whole money here or the bank belongs to me? Hear this now, my salary is the only money that belongs to me, okay? And please, today is Monday morning, very busy in the office now. Let me know when you are sending the $500, okay? Well, you know what, I find that tone a bit aggressive, and I usually have a rule about responding to aggression not with compliance but with righteous indignation, and there'll be time enough for that later. However, instead this time I decided to try mild sarcasm and mock pity. Manuel wrote, Please, try to calm down. I don't think I imagined that you would need access to the whole of the money in the bank there. Only $500 of it would suffice. I appreciate you're busy. Perhaps you should take a little break now and then to restore your calm. Then I wrote, Apologies for any harsh tone I may have used in my previous emails. You see, I've been waiting at home now for 3 days without going out, and I've run out of several essential items, which has left me quite frustrated. I just received the email below, which appears to be saying that the undiplomatic agent is stuck because he misplaced my home address. He earlier mentioned some problem with the internets, so perhaps his computer is damaged or lost in baggage or some such. I hope we can get this all resolved quite soon. And the email below was yet another similar-sounding scam from a different scammer, diplomatic agent Eric Kevin, who wanted me to get in touch with diplomatic agent William Richard. Now, I had no trouble in recognising this as a different thing, but I included it really just to try to stir things up a bit. It seemed to work. Reverend Tony wrote, Please ignore the email below. It's not from our diplomatic agent, okay? Do not reply to that email. They're trying to harm you, okay? Our diplomat has your home address and he's waiting for you to have the keys and paperwork in your possession before he can complete your delivery to you, okay? This is especially lovely because now the scammer has to somehow persuade me that diplomatic agent Kevin, who has a near identical story, is a scammer, but at the same time that their identical story is true and legitimate. I said, I don't understand what you mean. It seems like they're trying to help me with the consignment box. Why do you think they mean harm? And again, proving the two characters are the same scammer, undiplomatic man Greg emailed me to say, Please disregard any email you received saying that I misplaced your home address or information. They are trying to steal your identity to harm you or whatsoever. Okay. I have your full address as stated below. All I need is for you to have your consignment box keys and paperwork in your possession to know that you are the rightful beneficiary of this box, okay? Reverend Tony also wrote, Sir, I cannot take any $500 from bank account. If I do that, I will be jailed for stealing. We will account to bank by every end of the day, okay? Please try to get the $500 and don't comply those they mean harm. Please take my advice. I am here to serve you, as I have done same for our other customers, okay? But I carried on and said, I don't really understand what you're saying. They're offering to help. Greg was kind enough to explain, they don't have your consignment box, okay? Your box is with me and I will complete your delivery to you as soon as you have the keys and the paperwork, okay? So I asked, if they don't have my consignment box, whose box do they have? Greg said, they don't have any consignment box with them, be warned. I asked, how do you know that? Why did they say that they have my box if they do not have my box? Awkward. Anyway, this scammer seemed pretty insistent that I should just hand over $500, so I decided now was the time to roll out the righteous indignation. I wrote, if I may remind you of something you said in your first email to me, it was, I advise you not to waste your money by paying anybody in advance again, and if you just follow my instruction, you will receive your money in 3 days' time. The 3 days you promised has elapsed already. I feel very disappointed at both your broken promises and your inconsistent advice. It's both unprofessional and unseemly for a man of the cloth such as you. Please make the arrangements for the key to be shipped or for an exception to be made so that my locksmith can open the box here. Reverend Tony replied, it has been resolved. Just go ahead and send the $500 so I can send your consignment box keys and the paperwork to enable the diplomat complete your delivery to you today. I replied, copying in the other scammer, Diplomatic Kevin, and his delivery agent too for good measure, asking, is this agreed by all parties? Please respond. Reverend Tony unilaterally answered, yes, it's agreed by all parties. I decided to try on some different angles, so I answered, okay, I'll need to talk to my bank about a short-term loan as I don't have that much money. Please would you provide a link to your bank's payment portal so I can use this when I've raised the amount? Rev Tony answered, just let me know as soon as you have the money, okay? I will direct you on how to send the money easily. I said, please tell me now so that I don't have to make 2 trips into town. I mean, more like so that I can laugh at how a bank doesn't want to be paid via bank transfers, but whatever. Rev Tony said, you will need to buy iTunes gift cards, 100, 100, into 5 pieces, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. View the attachment, that's the picture of the gift card. Buy it in 100, 100, into 5 pieces, okay? Now, I did think about pointing out how 100 divided by 100, etc. would be a very small number, but instead I fell back on my usual line of response in this situation. I said, iTunes gift cards are for buying apps and games and music. Scammer Tony replied, yes, I will sell it here in the bank and get cash worth same amount, okay? Just go ahead and buy it, okay? Or you can send it through Bitcoin? Can you send it through Bitcoin? I said, that seems really strange. My nephew uses iTunes cards to buy games. He's a small boy. How is it that you're asking for them? Are you a small boy? Anyway, if it's not safe for you to email the documents to me, I don't think it can be safe for me to email the cards to you. Please just give me the details of your bank's receivables account and I'll transfer it in there. Anger now clearly starting to rise, the scammer replied, listen before you talk. I just told you that I'm going to sell the iTunes card and get same amount, you okay? Just go ahead and buy iTunes card of 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Then I will convert the cards and sell it here in the bank. That's the easiest way, okay? Well, I'm sure it is the easiest way, but when did I decide to start making things easy for scammers? I decided on a new angle of attack. Now, it would be super interesting to hack the scammer's mailbox and see what's going on there, and cause mayhem and interference like that. However, I don't have the skills or the disposition to do that, but what I can do is try to persuade the scammer that's what's happening to them. Here's what I did. I clicked reply to one of Reverend Tony's emails, and then within this reply I'm free to type whatever I want, so I created a fake email message in the conversation thread, appearing to come from Reverend Tony's email address. After all, this is all just text. I can type whatever I like here. The fake message said, Dearest Manuel, you seem like a sweet old guy, and I hate to see bad things happen to good people. I have been monitoring the Reverend Tony for a while now, and I have access to his mailbox. As you can see, I sent this from his mail server. It looks like you're not far off parting with some money, and I just think you should sit down and give that a really hard think. Maybe if you have a trusted relative, run it past them before you rush out and buy gift cards for this small boy. I can't make you do the right thing, I only hope you will. Of course this would achieve nothing unless I sent this to the scammer, which I did by pretending Manuel didn't understand it. Manuel said, I received the email below from your email address. Is this one of your office chums playing a prank or something? Did someone else use your email? What's going on? Reverend Tony replied, this is not from me, okay? Disregard the email. It's not from. Please ignore them, all okay? Just go ahead and buy the gift cards and leave the rest for me, okay? I said, there's another one just now. What's this about? The other one said, Manuel, why? Trying to help you see sense here, fella, and avoid a painful mistake, and you just went back and blew my cover. I'm not angry, just disappointed that you're still talking to this shyster. Now, of course, the scammer wouldn't find copies of these messages in their sent items folder, but then if it was true that someone had hacked their mailbox, maybe that person would have covered their tracks. Anyway, I thought I'd write to Undiplomatic Greg. I said, Dear Undiplomatic Greg, some strange things happened yesterday with Reverend Tony. It was like speaking to two different people. Do you know what's going on? Is he okay? Also, what's going on? Undiplomatic Greg said, please send me the cards here, okay? Again, cementing the fact that these two characters are the same scammer, I hoped as such that we might get the scammer to slip up. So I asked, you have the key? The Undiplomatic Greg character wasn't going to fall for that, unfortunately, and said, no, but I will contact them to send you the keys and the paperwork. Oh well, it was worth a try. So instead I decided to play the same trick on Greg's email address, fabricating a message apparently from Greg's mailbox saying, Manuel, what do you imagine is actually going to happen if you send these idiot children $500 worth of iTunes cards? Think hard, Manuel. I can't be your safety net forever. Unfortunately, though, Manuel was not thinking hard, but that was all part of the plan because Manuel had to get this under the nose of the scammer by replying to it, saying, why do you and Reverend Tony allow your friends to use your email addresses? It's very confusing when they write confusing messages to me, leaving me confused. Also, if they're your friends, why did they call you idiot children? Please explain what's going on. I am confused. The next day, Reverend Tony sent a very brief, shouty email saying, get the gift card and send it to me or Greg Williams, okay? I fabricated an additional message from a friend saying, don't send the gift card, Manuel, and replied back to Reverend Tony saying, please, do you want me to send the gift card or not? It would really help if you would stop your friends from using the same email address. I'm confused. And this, sadly, appears to be where this story draws to a close, because even though I emailed both Reverend Tony and Undiplomatic Agent Greg several times over the following days, I got nothing back. At a guess, the scammer abandoned these mailboxes after I convinced them they'd been hacked. A minor inconvenience for the scammer, I'm sure, but we still had a little fun along the way. I hope you enjoyed this, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.